For our digital analytical assignment, our group decided to examine the movie WALL-E. We decided to examine the encoded messages about human dependency on technology and how our society needs to be more environmentally conscious. We also examined the different types of dominant, negotiated, and oppositional readings found throughout the film. WALL-E is set in the future where mankind has abandoned Earth because it's become completely covered with trash. WALL-E is a garbage-collecting robot who is left alone along with his pet cockroach on Earth with the only sole purpose to clean up the mess. WALL-E is mesmerized with the trinkets of Earth's history and music he finds while cleaning up. One day, Eve, a robot who is sent to Earth to find proof that life is once again sustainable. WALL-E instantly falls in love with Eve and shows her around the garbage-filled planet and also shows her a living plant that he found in the rubble. Following her orders, Eve takes the plant and enters a deactivated state except for a blinking green light. Confused on what just happened to his friend, but true to his love, WALL-E protects her from the wind, rain, and lightning, even as she is unresponsive. One day, a massive ship comes to get Eve. Refusing to leave his newfound love, WALL-E hitches a ride on the outside of the ship to rescue Eve. The ship arrives back to a larger spaceship, which carries all the humans who evacuated Earth over 700 years ago. Mankind has become lazy and extremely fat. They ride around the space resort on hovering chairs, which has a TV right in front of their face for constant TV and video chatting. They're so fat they can barely move and drink all their food out of straws. The autopilot computer refuses to follow the instructions set many centuries before and tries to prevent the humans from returning home. WALL-E, Eve, the overweight captain, and a group of broken robots fight back.
In WALL-E, it is clear that one message that the producers and the screenwriters want to encode is our society's dependence on technology. Encoding is when someone represents a meaning at the site of production. In this case, the movie is a representation for what could happen to us as humans if we rely on technology too much, by giving us an extreme reality in the future where humans ultimately have no need to walk. Our first introduction of Axiom shows us that all humans transport on chairs that hover, and they have robots that do all their physical activity for them. For example, the robots feed the humans, hand the drinks, do makeup and hair for them. As we can see, humans have become very large, and it is explained later that they suffer from bone loss, which reduces a lot of their ability to move. Technology is a very important aspect in the society's daily life. All spaces are occupied by screens, and the chairs themselves come with a screen which the humans use to communicate with each other instead of in person. The screens have a very strong influence over the humans. There is one example of an advertisement for a trend with the slogan, "Try blue, it's the new red." This is a reference to the jumpsuits they wear. The humans mindlessly and quickly abide to the advertisement. In addition, the humans are very clearly to invest in their technology to see life outside of their screens. In one scene, a woman is actually able to notice life outside of the screen when WALL-E accidentally turns her chair off. She realizes there is a pool available to her, which is very comical because the pool is very large and obvious. The same woman also decides to play in the pool with a friend, which seems to be the first genuine connection between two people in the movie. In another scene, the captain changes the time on Axiom from noon to morning without the people caring or noticing, which is another example of how distracted the society is by their technology. In the end, WALL-E is a demonstration of our dependence on technology and how it distances us from the reality of life and genuine connections. This message is conveyed in a comical and exaggerated way that allows the audience to enjoy the light tone of the movie while understanding the underlying message.
Another message that the writers and directors encode into the film is that humans are not environmentally conscious and need to be. In the movie, Earth has become so trashed with garbage and waste that they live in space, while WALL-E is left alone on Earth to compact the trash. Earth has become an uninhabitable wasteland with no more plants or animals. All of this leads to WALL-E being alone on Earth, trying to solve this impossible problem. The encoded message is that humans need to start caring about our world instead of exploiting the Earth for all its resources. By representing the Earth as a giant wasteland, the movie looks at what might happen if we don't change our bad habits. Climate change has become a real issue in today's world, but many in power choose to ignore it for personal gain. The movie represents humans as lazy, fat, and unintelligent. It obviously exaggerates the way humans act, with every human coasting around on scooters and drinking big gulps, but the message is clear to the audience. If we choose to ignore the problems that face our society, we will end up with a very low quality of life. In the end of the movie, WALL-E helps to plant a small seed that eventually grows into a plant. By doing this, the movie encodes one more message that is It is not too late to turn things around. As long as there's an effort to change the way that things are, there's a chance for success. Ever since the movie came out, there have been increasing efforts to save the planet. But if we do nothing significant about the way that we constantly harm the environment, bad things will happen.
The dominant or preferred reading of a media source is when the audience agrees with the overall message. There are a few messages in the movie WALL-E. As discussed earlier, a few of the messages are that we need to treat our Earth right before we ruin it entirely, that humans are too lazy, and that we can't let technology take over. Therefore, there are a few dominant readings of WALL-E. One dominant reading in response to the message that we need to treat our Earth better would be an audience member who agrees that we are ruining our Earth and that humans are causing massive climate change. The dominant reading in response to that message that humans are lazy is also connected to the message about technology. Therefore, the dominant reading here is that humans need to not rely so much on technology to do everything for us, because it will ultimately make us lazy and incompetent at basic tasks. The negotiated reading of a media source is when the audience only partially agrees with the message. Therefore, one negotiated reading of WALL-E could be that the humans in the movie are lazy because of technology, but technology allows us to do other things and enjoy life as much as the people seem to be doing on the spaceship. Therefore, humans shouldn't let technology take over, but it is okay to use it to advance the human race. Another negotiated reading of WALL-E is that humans may be ruining the Earth as depicted in the movie, but it would never actually get so bad that we have to abandon our own planet. The oppositional reading of a media source is when the audience opposes or disagrees with the message entirely. This opposition could be for a number of reasons, but the major oppositional reading of WALL-E could be that technology will only have positive effects on humans. If we are unable to create such advanced robots, then we could never possibly reach the point of having to leave our Earth and only move around and float in chairs. Therefore, the movie is an unrealistic representation of real human life on Earth. Another oppositional reading could come from someone who doesn't believe climate change is caused by humans. Therefore, this person may believe that the movie is unrealistic because it blames humans for destroying the Earth to the point where nothing can even grow anymore, when in reality, humans don't have this kind of effect on the Earth.